Greetings, fellow Earthlings. I'm Neil. To become a responsible writer, or at least professional writer, not in the writing as a career kind of professional, but rather someone who takes his writing seriously and literally. So basically means like a writer has to know about literary terms and literary theories, as well as its connection to sociology, anthropology, as well as humanities and all the other stuff. So basically, encyclopedias, like the Encyclopedia of Britannica, is a great resource for writers or wannabes to actually grasp the full extent of the literary terms and all those forebearers that come before us. So the Encyclopedia of Literary and Cultural Theory, or the Encyclopedia of, Gothic literature, those kinds of books are all great resources for one to expand one's writing horizons, to basically get more in depth or more accustomed to this specific discipline. But of course, if you are an English major who is interested in literature, you will have countless courses, lessons, discussion groups, and workshops on this kinds of topic. Which is basically something that's one, like from your early childhood until college days. It's like a gradual process that one enhances one's craft, evolves one's writing style, and basically creates something of their own. So this book is, you can see, is about literary terms and criticism. The three basic literature styles or like works can be poetry, drama, or prose. So basically, there are a lot of books out there telling you how to write each one of them. Like, for example, what kinds of rhyming scheme to write and how to make words rhyme. And also, you can look up on the internet or web about all the words that rhyme with each other. Basically, like these kinds of books are a great treasure trove of information that you want to get accustomed or acquainted with, so that when you are writing, you can, make easy references to them, which in turn can make your writing much more relatable, to say at least. Or books like these, Encyclopedia of Contemporary Literary Theory, and it's like approaches to the scholarly terms or jargons. So basically, while we are reading these kinds of books, we are acquainting us, like we are getting familiar with the, like basically, if you want to become a great writer, you first have to be a writer and a critic. However, you can refer to like alpha, beta, or ARC readers to do the critiquing work for you. But also, you have to have the writer's eye. So when you are analyzing or reading someone else's work, you can think of like, where did they get it right? And if you were to write the similar scene or the similar action scene or something like that, how are you going to write it? Like, from what approach, from what angle, what kinds of filming technique, or like is it the Dutch tilt angle or something like that, or the long shot or the money shot? Where is the money shot? Basically those kind of things. Like all creative work in a bizarre and strange way, they are all related, because they are all coming from our deepest desire to create something that is going to convey meaning, that is going to move your audiences, right? Make them tear up or make them feel happy or sorrow for the imaginative characters that we had conjured up. Basically, we are the magicians, and our show is our script, our writing. And through these words, these compiled words, we can cause basically like emotions to swell up. And this is certainly a magical process. And to become a writer, bilingualism or having the ability to speak two languages is certainly it's something great, because like each language or each spoken language, they, like basically, if you are interested in the Eskimo language, the people who live or who resides in the Arctic regions, their particular language might have like more than 17 words to describe each and different types of snow or haze or hail. So you can see that each language evolves differently, and their vocabularies are all different. And so if you are acquainted with another language, it's basically like you are employing a different kinds of thought or a different perspective, viewpoint, worldview, so that your writing might be more inclusive or like have the much more diverse backgrounds and inspirations or styles or like stories to draw upon. And also like multilingualism and becoming a polyglot. Basically, like if you are a polyglot, there are a lot of advantages in terms of neuroscience. Yeah, it's like there are researchers out there that states like if you speak more than one language, the chances are of you getting Parkinson's disease are much lowered, something like that. So basically, like and also like most of us have the compulsory curriculum to take a second language class, in high school or junior high, something like that. And then since we had already spent time in class to learn about these languages, we might as well, just try to make it something more, more meaningful in our lives. And since we are writers, we work with language, we play with words, we toy with words. So we have this enthusiasm, we are enthusiastic about, using or employing the particular words that we found, that we are particularly fond of into the works, into our writing, so that these kinds of words will be read by readers, and it's like a whole process. You can be, you can see like these kinds of words are particularly interesting, Yeah, like if you have the love of words, you are a logophile, and then you can go to like Amazon or other websites that are libraries. You can just basically search for logophile, and then there are a lot of books out there dedicating to those who love words. And they have basically like the collection of interesting words and things like that. Basically, like it's like a lifelong learning process. Your writing is like what? Is like employing everything that you learned, everything, your worldview, your opinion, your viewpoints. You're going to employ them, instill them, imbue them into your writing. Thus, this world creation process, thus the characters that seems real enough, that seems like to be actually in flesh and bone. And basically sometimes a writing prompt can be, it can be an inciting incident. So if you want to write a writing prompt that someone will be interested in, so you are going to basically create an inciting incident that prompts or pushes the main protagonist into doing something that he had never thought of doing before, something like that. So today, the writing prompt that I thought of is like I did some research, like those the sailboats that hunting whales that are built in the 1800s, the 19th and 20th century. For example, in 1841, the one called Charles W. Morgan, which is they said like it's the last the whale. The last wooden whale ships in the world. And then if you think of the whale, you think of ocean, the deep sea, and then the fear of the unknown. So something like a Cthulhu type, or the Call of Cthulhu, or the cosmic horror, basically something like that. And then one of the limiting things is like while undercover. So you are probably from some paranormal group or like from the authority investigating this whale ship. And then since it has something to do with like a cosmic horror or ancient horror or, like something of the otherworldly unknown, and then they are basically like limiting it to a specific genre. So like if someone wants to reply to a post, they can't veer off the track too far. And then today's writing prompt, like I just sort of something like, the keywords are about like mental health and staying safe, something like that. And basically that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode.